disappointed season. And do you guys think that 4 losses is acceptable for this year? Because I'm telling everybody that we shouldn't lose more than 2 games or 3 games if we're unlucky. But people are really, really comfortable with 8-4. They're like, let's go 8-4 and get it out the way. And I can't. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not satisfied with that, and I'm not even happy with that. So that's my only question.
I am not a person who believes that 4 losses is acceptable. Now, there was a time when my answer would be different. You know, coming off of a losing season with Al Golden at 5-7, 8-4 is 3 games, you know, progress forward towards, you know, being a 10-win team. And, you know, eventually we got there with Mark Richt, but those are steps along the right path from a different place. Now, with a pretty settled program, even with a coaching change and things like that, no, 4 losses is not acceptable. It's not. No, I would not in any way feel good about a season with 4 losses. Even if we beat Florida and Florida State, 4 other losses then really means that we screwed the pooch in these other games. You know what I mean? Because if you're talking 4 losses, no, that's not acceptable for me. So obviously, we're not at a place where if Manny Diaz found a way to lose 4 games this year, including with or without a bowl game, I don't really care. But you lose 4 games this year, like, we're not going to fire Manny. You know, we're not going to torch the program and then just start over again, you know, scorched earth style after year 1. But no, 4 games is not what I'm looking to lose. That's not what I'm looking to be looking at the record being. I don't find that as being acceptable for the University of Miami. And there are a lot of moving parts and there are new faces around. And, you know, if we're in that, I mean, is it possible? Yeah. You know, if we go 9-3 in the regular season, you lose to Clemson in a bowl, you know, in a ACC championship game, if you lose to them, you lose a bowl game, you know, if you lose them, they're at 5 losses, which is not going to be, you know, not going to leave anybody feeling good, but it's within the realm of possibilities. So, you know, like I've said before, even with the returning starters on the offensive line, they're probably going to be playing new positions. So you have 5 new starters up front. You're going to have a new quarterback. And I would even call N'Kosi Perry a new quarterback because he has new actual coaching for once and, you know, player development and things like that. So hopefully the player that we've seen we get rid of some of the bad things we saw from him and keep some of the good and even have more future development. So, there's a lot of learning. And this team just has to learn how to win games again. You know, because we found ways to lose last year. You know, there were things that went wrong when they could have gone right. Or, you know, we skirted by the skin of our teeth 2 years ago in that run where we were 10-0 and number 2 in America, you know, finding ways to win games. And look, luck or what, you know, a bounce or whatever, that team found ways to win those games, even in spite of all that was in front of them. And then eventually, you know, luck ran out and we lost those games to end the 2017 season. But we had to learn how to win again because those close games last year, Miami did not win. So, that's a long answer. But no, 4 losses is not acceptable to me, and it's not something I'm looking for. And I'm really looking for everybody to step up and prove points, you know, this year.
From my vantage point, there's nobody on the schedule that's decidedly better than Miami by any stretch. There are 2 teams on the schedule that are very comparable, Florida State and Florida. There are a handful of teams that are capable of beating Miami, but would lose to them or should lose to them and probably would beat them 3 or 4 times out of 10, meaning the teams that we've seen compete with Miami in recent years that shouldn't. Virginia Tech, Duke, Georgia Tech, and others. Virginia last year. But it wouldn't be a shock if a Virginia beat a Miami. If a Duke beat Miami, they wouldn't, or I'm sorry, it shouldn't. It wouldn't be a shock to me, at least, but they shouldn't win that game, and they wouldn't win that game the majority of times. But on one given Saturday, of course, as we've seen, not just with Miami, but with other programs, that can happen. So for me, can Miami go undefeated? Yes. Do I expect it? No. What do the probabilities say? Well, that they probably split the Florida State games. Let's say they split those 2 games. They have to play the Noles in Tallahassee, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so they do have to play those 2 games, neutral site and on the road. So it's feasible that they lose both of those games and then trip up against somebody else. Again, I'm talking probabilities, not that they are not as good as Duke, Georgia Tech, Virginia, fill in the blank. But out of those string of games, other ACC games against 7 opponents, that they lose one of those and they finish 9-3.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that is possible, but four losses or more is not something that I'm looking at as a positive for this or any season, really. And again, just because the program is in a way different spot, when you come from 4-8 or 5-7 or 3-9 or something like that. Yeah, 8-4 is a big step forward. But Miami, the floor, the absolute basement foundational floor should be 8-4, 9-3. So yeah, 4 losses for me is not something I'm looking for, towards the question that was asked.
Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, with Cam Underwood from State of the U. We're here just about each and every Wednesday night at 8:30 Eastern Time talking Miami football. We've got 117 folks on the line, and just imagine this. Imagine if you went out and thought, who loves college football? Because we've got a number of people on the line that are not Miami fans, but I'm guessing 85% of the people are going to be Miami fans. So if you're a Miami fan, and I'm sure you know others, imagine if you grabbed 5 or 10 people and brought them on. We've had as many as 350 on the line a couple of weeks ago, probably during the height of the recruiting period, right around National Signing Day. But if you brought those people on, this is about as dead as it's going to get in May. And we build up toward college football season. We could really pack a punch here in the next few months. So help us out. Go out there, tell people that we're here and we deliver the best in Miami football talk.